Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I have the pleasure to be joined by super-featherweight prospect Billy Adams. Billy, how are you today, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad, Regan.
Perfect, mate. Glad to hear it. I want to jump straight into it with your amateur achievements, if that's all right.
Yeah, of
And
course.
please add any if I've missed any out or my research is a bit bad, mate. But you've got here four-time national champion, two-time international gold medalist, former Team GB member as well. I mean, that's some list. It's more amateur achievements than I've got, mate, as well. How does it feel to kind of recollect and look back on your amateur achievements? It must be quite special, no?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, nice, good. I've boxed around the world since I was about 15 years old. I've been places like Russia, Kazakhstan, Germany, Portugal. I've been literally all over boxing all around the world since I was about 15 years old, from a junior all the way up to a senior. So yeah, I've picked up a lot of experience on the way. But yeah, it's put me in good stead for now, definitely.
Definitely. I mean, kind of obviously you go to all these places as well. And I mean, I was speaking to Darren Barker the other day, and he was saying that his dad, when he was younger, his dad was saying kind of boxing will take you around the world. Is there anything like kind of stood out, or is it just the experience of doing that thing that boxing's led you to that has been particularly exciting?
Yeah, definitely. No, there's plenty of stuff that stood out. Like with people you meet on the way as well. But yeah, boxing takes you to places where you never go. Like I said, like I went into Russia, Kazakhstan. Like they're definitely places which you're not going to go on holiday to. And I've managed to box there. Been there for 2 weeks at a time. It's yeah, and the people you meet out there, the people you meet on the way, it's a great experience.
Definitely, and I mean some of the Kazakhstani fighters who have come through. I mean, some of those guys, it must be good sparring, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I boxed the number two in the world, and he was from Kazakhstan. He was hard as nails. He sort of made me into a boy to a man after that fight. I picked up so much from that. But and then when I was out there, um, was out there for a training camp with GB for 2 weeks, and I remember you're in a ring with a top say five boys from Kazakhstan, and you're just all in one ring sparring each other. Each round you change. It's just absolute crazy. And yeah, the experience you pick up from there. I went there a boy and come back a man. That's the way I look at it. I picked up so much experience, and but yeah.
No, definitely, mate. Better you than me for sure. I do want to touch on. So you've signed to Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions. I mean,
Yeah, that's
congratulations,
right.
mate, as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Nice
but
one.
but how did it feel to kind of obviously sign the dotted line with arguably the one of the biggest promoters in the UK, if not the world, at the moment as well?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth, but as soon as I sat down with Frank, we sort of clicked, and he's going to give me the platform to box on, give me the platform to show my skills, and that's what I wanted. I wanted somewhere where I can box regular, and yeah, and it's like I said, it's on TNT Sports, so you got the platform there, and I get to show my personality, my skills, and that's what I wanted.
Definitely. I mean, talk about boxing regularly and boxing as much as you can. You're straight out on November the 24th. Obviously, there's co-headline bout with Mark Chamberlain and then Henry Turner as well in a good fight. I mean, it's great to see that you straight out, but what can people expect from Billy Adams's debut on November 24th?
um, it's another question that because you probably get a lot of people say they box different ways and they adapt, but my style is sort of I can adapt. I can box going forwards, I can box going to one side, I can box going to the other side, I can box going backwards. That's the way my dad's taught me. My dad's trained me since I was 5. I used to be a come forward fighter when I was younger, but now I've got older and you're boxing men. I've sort of learned to box on the back foot a bit better. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to just showing my skills. I think I've got something which a lot of kids don't have. I've got a good brain, and I'm very fit. I'm a very fit kid, so I can put the pressure on when I need to, and I've got a big engine. And yeah, it's all about showcasing.
Definitely, mate. Well, we look forward to seeing it. I think I might be at York Hall that night, so I'm looking
Oh,
forward to.
quality.
And I'll catch up with you after you win as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I
quality.
just want to touch on a little thing that you said there. You mentioned you trained by your dad there. I mean, we've seen father son kind of trainer relationships there. I mean, some people have their criticisms to it. I mean, but some of the father son trainer partnerships they've gone right to the very top. I mean, how special is it? Where you've started on this journey, but also your dad's on this journey with you as well. It must be a nice feeling.
Yeah, that's it. Nice quality. Like with my dad. So I started boxing when I was all my uncles boxed, my dad boxed. They were over 100 fights. My uncle fought Naz, Prince Nassim, in his last amateur fight. Yeah, so like my family have got a massive boxing background. Won pretty much every national title you could win, apart from the senior ABAs, and I've done that when I was 18. So that was nice to bring that back. But but yeah, like so, my dad's my dad's trained me since I was 5 years old. He's had the gloves on me, and he knows me inside out. You know, he's taught me everything I know. And when I was on GB and boxing around the world, he'd fly out and he'd watch me. And do you know what I mean? And it's we've got that sort of bond. Like he knows when I'm not right. He knows when I'm right. He knows if something's wrong. Like you just know. So yeah, and it's like yeah, his experience like with over 100 bouts and yeah, it's just a special bond. Yeah, I can't really like describe it other than when you see it, you'll know what I mean. Like a lot of close friends and family sort of know, but yeah, he's been sort of been my trainer the whole way, and he will be to the end. You know.
Definitely, mate. Well, I look forward to seeing it, and even more kind of additional information into the Billy Adams story. I love that. It's great. I do want to touch on your time on Team GB. I was going through your Instagram the other day. I mean, you've trained with some really good fighters. I mean, two friends of the channel who are quite close with George Liddard and Jimmy Sains. You've boxed with on Team GB. Ramtin Musah as well, who's making a name for himself in the amateurs as well. I mean, especially kind of this relates to more seeing what George and Jimmy are doing now in the pros, obviously. You look at them, do you kind of, where you've known them in the amateurs, is it a bit more of an inspiration to see them, what they're doing on the matchroom stage as well?
Yeah, cool. So you look at George and Jimmy, and you see how well they're doing. It's nice to see it, you know, because I grew up with George, but yeah, especially George Liddard, like since we was kids, you know, like we sort of we boxed all around the country together, went to different countries together, and as I got older, we're sort of with Jimmy and GB, like we was on assessment together. Seeing Jimmy box around the country, you know, we've been boxing on the same shows, same competitions, so it's good to see him doing so well at the minute. And I know Jimmy's boxing this weekend as well, but and George as well. Like George is boxing regular, and it's quality to see, and he's performing, and it's it's good.
Definitely. I mean, I think it's a matter of time before George Liddard wins some domestic titles as well.
Yeah, hundred
Obviously,
percent, 100%. He's very talented.
definitely for sure. Obviously, we mentioned at the beginning, your super featherweight prospect. I mean, the super featherweight division, especially, obviously, we've just seen Joe Cordina defend his world title as well. I mean, it's a very exciting division. Even Reece Bellotti the other day and Aqib Fiaz, I thought that was a great fight. Kind of, what are your current opinions on the super featherweight division, and kind of how fast do you think you can get to the heights of Joe Cordina as well?
Yeah, well, that's everyone's aim to be a world champion, you know. But I think I want to be fast tracked. Obviously, I want to be looked after, and that's what Frank's going to do. He's going to make the right fights at the right time. But I think I've sort of done my apprenticeship in the amateurs. You know, I've won the senior ABAs. I've got on GB. I've boxed for England. I've boxed around the world. Boxed some of the best men in the world. So I think like boxing for area titles and that, it wouldn't be in my best interest. I want to just jump straight into like British, English, you know, obviously not being rushed, but I think I'm skilled enough. So I want to be just chucked in amongst it, you know, and just show what I can do.
Definitely, mate. Well, we look forward to seeing that. Who do you put the number one at that in that super featherweight world mix at the moment out of Cordina, Navarrete, Foster, and Garcia?
It's hard because obviously it's probably say Foster's a very good fighter. I think watching him the other week as well, he's very talented. I'd probably put him as number one, but it's a mad mix because obviously styles makes fights as well. So um, yeah, I'll probably say Foster number one. But like I said, you got Cordina. Cordina's a very talented fighter. I haven't sparred Joe. I haven't like I'm trying to get it organised, but he's a very talented fighter. So he could be number one, but it's just styles. Like it'd be a good shootout them two, you know. I think that's the fight to make next.
Definitely for sure. I think if there's one fight that needs to be made, and I think it's a Sharky Foster's advisor, I think that is the fight he's calling for the most. So
100%.
I
Yeah.
think that's a fight we're gonna see, and hopefully we should see as well. Billy, my final question, mate. Thank you for giving me your time today. We ask
No problem.
everyone this, from Nigel Benn to Eddie Hearn and now to Billy Adams. What does boxing mean to you?
What does boxing mean to me? Well, um, means everything. It's kept me on the right track since a young age. You know, I could have easily gone off the rails when I was younger, but I think boxing's kept me headstrong, kept me on the right path, kept me respectful. And it's just, do you know what, with the training, and you got to be so on it, and so it just sort of molds your personality, if that makes sense. So like it's put it into other things like schoolwork, being around people, being open. You know, this is just boxing. Like it's just completely molded me as a person. So without it, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be. I don't even want to think where I'd be. You know.
No,
but yeah, some sport.
definitely, mate. It definitely is. Billy Adams, thank you very, very much for giving me your time today, mate. And best of luck November 24th.
Nice one. Thank you very much. Thank
Cheers,
you,
mate.
mate.